Hello and welcome back to the Brother Slam. This is Cam doing a final round of Gamefound RPG Party project previews before they launch tomorrow, which is bonkers. So again, links down below to more info on the event and also the projects featured in this video. There's 24 in total, and they're all really, really neat. But let's jump right into it too. So today's theme is kind of like a melding of Pun Me wants to say flavors, just because of the project that's on the page here, but a melding of theme and mechanics. And so there's 5 of them. Let's jump right in with the melding of flavors of dark, not dark, of Soul's Food, a dark culinary fantasy. In a world consumed by culinary corruption, you are but a morsel striving to survive. Soul's Food is a tabletop role-playing game where you play as sentient dishes navigating an unforgiving gastronomic realm. The Bouillon system demands strategic choices, for every die cast brings you closer to being devoured by the darkness. This is no ordinary meal. It's a battle for existence in a reality where everything is ultimately consumed. Will you rise to become a legendary dish or be reduced to scraps for the great hunger? So freaking cool. Like delicious in dungeon, that's all fun. Cooking and eating stuff, that's all fun. Being the food and being worried about getting eaten? Heck yes. I know that there's some similar ones done by an Italian studio for 5e D&D, and I think that Faceless Games does a fantastic job of standing out. So let's start cruising through here. Soul's Food, welcome to the Forsaken Kitchen. Souls-like, cookbook, TTRPG, and a feast eternal all in one game. Become a dish like any other. Create the meal you dreamed of, the worst thing imaginable, or simply the leftovers in your fridge. Anything can become a dish, you just need the courage to serve it. More than an RPG, each section of the manual begins with a recipe specifically curated by our trained chefs. The meals will be simple enough to make for the table while still dancing across the tongues of your unexpecting gamers. Each meal hides a secret only the head chef knows. Unique system to freshen the palate. With an original D6 dice pool system, you have more control over your actions than ever before. Each action you take has a cost. You must manage your abilities well or be left with only scraps. Every good Souls-like needs a stamina bar, right? Very cool. And they say it lower down, but I'm not going to read it the same thing again. So this is called the Bouillon system, which is also just such a treat. Art by Scott Higginsbotham. This image is merely an appetizer for what Panel Per Day has planned for the world of Soul's Food. His style and vision will bring the world's best culinary dreams to life. I know they're working with at least one other illustrator too, but go check out Scott's art at Panel Per Day. I think it's on Instagram. So cool. It's like grim and colorful at the same time. Social media, go check out their stuff. And then, all right, so we'll skip past this because this is just some text, but there's a bunch of fun stuff below here too. It is a longer preview, but I think it's all worth diving into. So this is about character creation. Specifically worth diving into because it's like very unique in the whole system here. So choose your food well, don't choke. This is character creation. So you get to choose from a few options that are available so far. The rest will be revealed soon enough, I'm sure. So meats, the powerhouse. If you're a meat, you gain bonus to health and might. Or vegetables, the regenerators, bonus to health and mind. Then different skills and abilities there too. And then these are all character options that are yet to be with a Gamefound exclusive. Always fun. Each food type has unique bonuses and abilities. Soul's Food Core Book features 8 playable food types. Now, prepare thyself, morsel. It's so grim and comical at the same time. It's really threads that needle wonderfully. Wonderfully, I think we'll say. Cooking method. Temper your mind, enrich your magic, whisk your movement, test your might, deepen your flavor. The Soul's Food Core Book features 8 cooking methods to steel yourself against the Forked Lords. How are you prepared? Once again, like, so grim and so comical. I freaking love it. So you get 2 options on display so far. You can be baked, you can be fried, then different stat bonuses and skills. Discover unique combinations and bring your dish to the feast eternal. Ingredients. Select ingredients that match your attributes in the system. So broccoli, bitter, carrots, sweet, spinach, salty, orange, sour, and so forth. Couldn't be good food without umami, that's for sure. Build your flavor profile and define who you are and how you react to the world around you. So it gives examples of how your flavor profile affects like role-playing kind of things. The bouillon. Okay, then this we touched on earlier, so we'll skip past this. I feel like this graphic is a little bit busy, which makes it not quite as clear as it could be, but the system itself sounds really, really cool. and then a sample stat block, and I think that that is the gist, but I do really want to quickly, just because this is so kind of out there and wild and interesting to be food, I want to show some of the sample art they have, which I believe reservations, table for 200. Again, so freaking well done. Let's see, do we have art in this update? We have some card arts. Kinderkin, so there's a pumpkin beastie you can face off against. Yes, and so here's an example of some of the art. So we have candies, donuts, and cookies that you can face off against, which is just so cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this campaign live and like seeing what else is available at launch. I'm in their Discord, so I see some little hints and teases from time to time. And yeah, the art style, the whole game looks like so much fun. So spent a little bit more time on that one than I probably should have, because this is the first one out of 5, and all of these are really, really neat. So onwards to the next. Providence City Punks by Brain Frog Studio. A rules light RPG set in a vibrant urban fantasy world where the people and corrupt theocracy clash in a battle of street smarts, ancient truths, and divine lies. Really cool pitch. Okay, so here we are, some fantastic art. My kind of quick vibe of this too is like, if you ever want to play a game campaign structure similar to Fantasy High by Dimension 20, I feel like this is the perfect system to use as a playground for it. Yeah, all the characters are so unique and so cool. So Providence City Punks is a rules-light RPG. Okay, so that's the same thing that we just read above. More fun character options. Take back your city. With a chessboard for combat and the city is your playground, take back your community from an oppressive theocratic regime. Engage in some creative acts of public dissent and take part in a group storytelling experience like no other. One kind of like oxymoron for this one that I quite enjoy is the kind of anarchy vibe mixed with the combat taking place on a chessboard using like chess piece mechanics, which is so orderly. It's really interesting. I believe they might have some sort of board as part of the campaign. Like obviously, most people have some form of chessboard, but like something kind of setting specific, which would be really cool too. But yeah, kind of a fun oxymoron there. And then just everyone to a degree knows or at least remembers some chess, and so being able to have all of the various kind of player options and game specific rules also kind of mixed in with obviously chess piece rules too, which is cool. So collaborative storytelling, narrative tools like downtime sessions and scene interventions allow players to shape the narrative alongside the GM. Here for that, that sounds awesome. Play your way. 3 fully integrated character creation and storytelling modes allow RPG veterans and newbies alike to play at the same table. That's fun. That's something that Legend in the Mist did relatively recently too, and I think that's it's a great concept. Dynamic social interaction. Social mechanics raise the stakes, creating narratively significant RP scenes. Yes. Look at this character. Look at that giant cute buzzard. So cool. Downtime while the man isn't watching. Yes, so more to be revealed there too, and they've also got 3 updates and more information if you want to go check it out. But yeah, so bright, punchy, and vibrant, and a really cool system. And yeah, I've personally never seen an RPG that uses a chessboard for the combat, which is really, really neat. Onwards to Girls of the Genziana Hotel. Play as chambermaids in a 19th century Alpine hotel, investigating the disappearance of their friend. Fun stuff. So, welcome to the hotel, the Bavarian Alps, 1815. She disappeared one night, leaving behind little more than a bloody stocking. Marga, the boyish girl with wild curls. Nobody is looking for her. Nobody except for you. You are a chambermaid of the Genziana Hotel, just like Marga. To find out what happened to her, you'll have to hide your investigation behind your daily responsibilities, under Miss Pfeiffer's watchful eye. At night, you move around more freely, but you'll have to brave the same dark hallways that swallowed your friend. How far will you go to uncover the hotel's dreadful secrets? Super neat. So Genziana, this is a quote. Go ahead and read that, and we'll continue on. Gothic horror role-playing. So this is a gothic horror mystery full of melancholy and dread. 2 to 4 girls will try to subvert their place at the bottom of the hotel's sexist hierarchy, survive the ominous staff and monstrous guests to eventually set things right. All the while, the mistress will both endeavor to put the girls in their place and show them chances to rebel. During the game's guided prelude, the players will each create a girl to play. They'll connect them to Marga through a cherished memento and receive a unique grief move face down. Only when the stress of the investigation finally overwhelms them will they discover the grief's cost, but also its boons. Friggin' sweet. Also, just the whole theme of it, like it sounds like it should be in like just add like a quick little pitch of Girls of the Genziano Hotel, like read that name. For me, it sounds like it could just be a like a cozy RPG, but no, this is gothic horror, and you are just a little tiny player in this hotel, which is a really fun mechanic or a pitch for a gamer, I should say. There's a still of what the zine is going to look like, which is also just beautiful. It's like a really eloquent, well done layout in a really simple and effective fashion that I'm assuming is not nearly as simple as it looks. Specifically with having borders on the back near that, because print deviance is absolutely a thing. Print deviance? I think that's the phrase. It's been a while. All right, so adapting mechanics from seminal titles like Night Witches and The Between, Girls of the Genziana Hotel drops the girls and their mistress into an emergent mystery. While the horror escalates, the girls will have to find smart, courageous, and persuasive, not pervasive, ways to further their investigation and break out of their roles as subservient young women. Using the card-based mystery materials, the mistress is well supported to describe locations, introduce suspects, create intrigue, and present clues. Once it gets dark, each card's dreadful night side raises the stakes and offers the mistress interesting ways to keep the pressure on. So, card from Brindlewood, powered by the apocalypse. Alrighty. Just at the games it's inspired by, The Girls of the Genzian Hotel is a conversation. I think just because there is quite a bit of text in this one, I'll probably stop off there for this point specifically. But hopefully, as you can tell from the part I was reading, it's like really intriguing and really engaging. So come check out this preview and read through all the good stuff on offer here. This looks like the character sheets there too, which is, once again, very simple and effective, good looking graphic design. And then what is available? So a tricolor 64-page staple-bound zine. Fun stuff. And stickers, which is also fun too. And this is huge. Shipping is included in the price. No surprises afterwards. That is freaking awesome. And like pretty freaking rare these days as well. So we'll touch on that lastly too. All right, onwards we go to Let's Fight Big Monsters. Cinematic focused monster fighting mechanics with 30 ultra creature stat blocks built for any 5e compatible system. There's a sample stat block sculpt there too. So quickly, this is by Velvet Fang, and for anyone who is familiar or not with Velvet Fang, they are the creators of Dungeons and Destiny, if I'm remembering the name correctly. It's something I looked into many years ago and have kept like loose tabs on. It's basically tabletop gamifying using the D&D rules, 5e rules of Destiny, the long-standing first-person shooter, and it's huge in scale and scope. So definitely recommend taking a look there too. But we're here today to talk about Let's Fight Big Monsters. So in this 5e compatible monster hunting supplement, you'll take on 30 ultra creatures, larger than life monsters with story-focused gameplay that puts your adventuring party in the spotlight like never before. You'll have to track them down, study their behavior, and prepare your equipment ahead of time if you want to slay these awesome beasts. Break off monster components, adapt to their phase changes, interrupt their charge-up actions, and survive the final stand. Come on, let's fight big monsters. Heck yeah, it's tough to beat a good, like, well-done epic boss fight, and this is sweet. All right, so monster mechanics. Pick apart your enemies piece by piece. These creatures are equipped with components, granting them a wide variety of special features and actions, so long as the component remains intact, that is. Savvy monster hunters know to target components first, weaken the monster, and score some sick loot to craft gear with later. Some ultra creatures come with a special stat sheet to make it even easier for GMs to manage these huge epic fights. So there's an example here, and this is a better one that we can see more of. So yeah, being able to like even use this as a like player engagement piece, have this on the board, let people know what's still kicking, what's out of commission and stuff, really cool. And the little pieces of art that are going along with it too is really neat too. Like it very much gives me Monster Hunter vibes. Keep your players on their toes. Shake up the monster fights with phase changes. A cinematic mechanic ultra creatures can use to alter their form, grow new components, call upon their allies, or maybe even overhaul their entire lair, all in an attempt to win back the edge of a fight. Whatever it takes to survive, the ultra creature is willing to do it. No matter how many components break, rest assured an ultra creature will be just as deadly at every stage, perhaps even more so should they get desperate. There's another creature in the dark. Winner takes all. Even if your players manage to break off all of its components, make it through all of its health bars, and survive every phase change, there are some ultra creatures with one final move left to pull, the final stand. This last-ditch winner-takes-all action will either result in the monster's doom, or it will shut down the hunting party once and for all. Adventurers, sharpen your blades and prepare your best spells. Ultra creatures are here to test you in ways you've never thought possible. Really freaking fun. There's a handful of creators out there that have done similar like kaiju fights and other kind of things like this, but in my mind this stands like apart and unique from those and is really, really cool. Alrighty, and as we're finishing off the last video covering these projects, let's move on to the very last project of coverage. Trenchcoat Raccoons, a chaotic fail-forward heist RPG. I don't know if you can tell from the art here, but Sly Cooper, Band of Thieves, anybody? Definitely some reference there for sure. Trenchcoat Raccoons is a fast, fail-forward RPG of chaotic heists, cartoon logic, and glorious disaster. Each player controls one raccoon in a stack, all pretending to be one very suspicious human in a trench coat. Stealing cursed loot in a world of glam, horror, glittering galas, mad science, and cryptid conspiracies. Blending the slick heist energy of Sly Cooper, the chaotic camaraderie of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the paranormal absurdity of Gravity Falls into one stack of disaster raccoons, constantly derailed by their own wild impulses. That's part of the characters. I'm sure we'll cover that soon enough. It'll be down below. And you get a free fun D6 dice in there as well, which is very, very cool. So stack your trash gremlin crew, button up one shady trench coat, and crash the glam horror underworld. Each raccoon takes part in the action, every impulse risks a glorious derailment, and even failure rockets the heist forward. Trenchcoat Raccoons is the rules-light D6 field caper where cryptids party, humans panic, and success is optional, but chaos is mandatory. So what's the plan? You're a writhing stack of raccoons in a trench coat. You don't know the plan, but you do know the score. Valuable, dangerous, probably cursed. You want it. Crash a fruit vampire's gala to steal a forbidden recipe, infiltrate the undead post office for haunted stamps, sneak into an evil genius's lair for secret blueprints. Each heist is a neon glow mess of horror glam, cryptic conspiracies, and slapstick infiltration. You might even make a few friends along the way. They're not the treasure, obviously. Stack, scam, score. One raccoon pilots the trench coat while the others claw for influence. When an impulse triggers, the mission swerves. The pilot changes and the stack stampedes after that craving. Like, I love that. It's basically just only being quasi in control of your character and just embracing the chaos and going along for the ride. And quasi control as in like you have impulses that you must follow, not like you don't have player agency in the craziness that you cause. Yeah, super cool. Right, so everyone rolls the d6 to act, help, or trigger chaos. Earn shinies from successfully following an impulse. Unleash signature moves from inside the trenchcoat. Watch the tension rise towards a final cinematic escape. Or pull off a clean heist and leave them wondering. The heist manual, so an A5 heist bomb of cartoon logic and glam horror fizz. Strange, stylish, deliciously extra. 90 plus pages, which is awesome. That's actually bigger than I was expecting. Spot UV soft cover and edge painted sides. The edge painted sides is freaking sick. Core rules, GM chaos toolkit, recurring NPCs that return across heists, 6 unique raccoons with wild abilities and impulses, 4 glam horror heists full of impulse fueled mayhem. Small format, big energy, just like any raccoon. Heck yes, so much fun. The creator actually is the guy that did the art for this too, which is really, really cool. I think the fruit bat vampire is a standout. They've also got a quick start guide too, so I've read through it. It gives you some of the character options and like some of their abilities and chaos gremlin kind of things. Basically, this is the game to embrace your inner chaos gremlin and just have so much fun with it. So yeah, go check these guys out. It's a really cool project, and it's just so like light and fun and unique on that too. There's games in similar veins too, but this one is a treat for sure. And with that, we have covered, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I've been recording a whole bunch of videos before taking off for this weekend. So my voice is a little bit hoarse. So thank you very much for tuning in and checking out all of these awesome, fun, cool projects. They're going to be live tomorrow, which is bonkers and crazy exciting. And yeah, hope you find some that you like and are in a place to be able to support them too. But yeah, much love. We'll catch you next time and take care. Bye.